Welcome, all my aliens, apes, and zombies. It's Crypto Nova, and it's Sunday night. That's right, Sunday. I want to thank all my followers. We just passed 4,220 followers. Thank you for all that tune in, watch, and all have that fun with the NFT action for me and with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at a couple things, starting with ding, 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 the Crypto Novo website right here. All right, so if you want to join the metaverse, the Novoverse, that is, you can get your own custom filter. Aliens, apes, and zombies, whatever. Broadcast on Twitch, Zoom, Snapchat, and more. You can do it all. In this website right here, you got my NFT collection. You just click on that and click on all the cool things that I got going on. And it's an easy link to get into my OpenSea account right there. You can also request a filter, really easy. Just click on that button right there. Get yourself a free Novoverse filter. And then obviously you got the Twitch connection right here, which is the live action. Pretty much what we're covering. And then a link right into the Discord, so we can get all those things going for you. You can get all those things going for yourself as well. We're going to be looking into the Ethereum price right now because you got to see what's going on with Ethereum, because that is a key metric in seeing what is going on. If you look at the last 7 days here, we've been in the red the last 7 days compared to, well, a week ago. So the week ago chart, we're all down in that week. The last month, as you can see, man, we've been smashing it. If you had bought in a month ago, it was at $2,100. And if you bought in 3 months ago, there again, you're at $2,500. So if you look a little bit at these metrics right here and these charts, I mean, most of the last 3 months, if you look at the days, have been in the red compared to the days that have been in the green. So if these things all equal out and even out, you know, maybe that gives you some, for instance, of where this market could head. I've seen in this market a lot of money that leaves the NFT market, heads over into the, that leaves the crypto market, heads over to the NFT market. All right. As we can see here, art blocks up there pretty heavily. Whenever you see Axis Infinity get taken over, because that's just kind of an online gaming platform, you know, you got to see who's really taking that initiative. So Art Blocks had a major release here, but then you have, you know, the on one force, you know, another significant avatar style project where, you know, you have a real cool avatar. Kind of reminds me of can't think of the band right now, the Gorillas. And you know, so they had a huge $27 million. And then you have CryptoPunks down there. You have Bored Ape Yacht Club, who is, I think, like 2 or 3 yesterday. If you watch yesterday's video, excuse me, Bored Apes was just absolutely hammering it down. Bored Apes, we have 55 new buyers buying 52 new buyers buying 57 new apes, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Over to CryptoPunks. All right, we've seen a huge uptick in the last 12 to 18 hours where we've been selling some pretty prime punks. And even right now, look at that. We've sold 2 as soon as clicking on. These big shades, very similar to the ones that I have on here, are ones that that have been very popular. And sorry, I'm texting someone in our green room, one of our guests. And you're seeing these big shades getting very popular. Same with the nerd glasses as well. I'll dive into the nerd glasses just a little bit. But what we see here is 2 more selling as of 34 seconds ago. We've seen those sales there, almost live action as soon as I clicked on the page. And now our floor up to 53. So we have a dark-haired, straight dark-haired right there as our floor at 53. And that's kind of a rare attribute class hanging out at the floor, 148 of them. And if you look, there's 12 in a row. So if the floor got swept, 12 of them got bought, you'd be sitting at 55 ETH for the floor, and you got some pretty good ones in here. I mean, you can't take away from the tassel hat there. You can't take away from the wild hair. So there's some pretty good looking ones there that are in the mix. So here's another supply and demand. All right, these are the ones that sold. So we got to look how many are left. We're at 1,372, which is down from yesterday. And then we're looking at the ones that sold. All right, this hasn't been updated. You'll see the ones that just came into frame right there. So we had these two sell since I last got this thing up and running for tonight's show. So two more that have sold that just kind of just hunker down, hammer down. Going into more of my account a little bit because I wanted to look into it. I have two right here priced out at 59 as their floor continues to creep up. What I'm looking into doing with these is what we have with these nerd glasses. This is the floor of the nerd glasses, but look what's right above mine. It's a little bit cleaner of a nerd glass. Oh, this one snuck in here just underneath here as the floor. But the nerd glasses, as you can see, have been taking off. And a good for instance of that is this one that they sold a day ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago. And look at they're selling for. I mean, you have almost 100 for this one, 59 just about for that one. So, I mean, you're getting a mixture of 3 floors and 3 that are above floors. But there's a heck of a lot of these nerd glasses, that 572 of them. And for them to go, well above what the floor price is for the cheapest one, I mean, it's pretty significant as far as a collecting attribute. Maybe we'll talk about this CryptoPunk. I'm trying to get the owner of it because I saw this as an epic flip. The owner of this CryptoPunk came. I saw this one sell, so you kind of dig around and see what's going on. Look at the one that he bought. He bought this particular one, 6083, in August 12th so that's when he sold it. He bought it for an August 4th for 83 Ethereum. So he bought that at 83 Ethereum, and then shortly after, you had that huge run up of all those CryptoPunks just getting bought and bought and bought. So he was able to sell it for 77 Ethereum on August 22nd. Today, ding, 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 ding. So you see where that prime one goes with the wild hair. Sold it today for that. And then now able to flip up and get a brand new punk right here, punk number 6160 for 72 Ethereum. So he needed to get back in that game really fast, really fast. The imposter is the key for that. We want to talk about an artist who I was going to bring on the show yesterday, and Billie Alter. Billie, I'm going to bring you on from the green room here, my friend. Billie, how are we doing? How are we doing this evening? Good?
Oh, hello.
How are you? How are you doing? Good? Excellent. All right. So we got Billie here,
Yes.
and there might be a little bit of a language barrier gap, but you know what I know, and what you're going to learn is NFTs are the international language, right? NFTs are the international language, and you have some cool NFTs right here I want to bring into the light. And I want you to talk a little bit about yourself. Even if you need to use your native language, feel free, but a little bit about how you got into NFTs.
Oh yes, I started creating a long time ago. As a child, I draw everywhere. I always draw in notebooks for pleasure. I made some canvases years ago. This ended in digital years ago when I had my iPad, but I did it for pleasure. I was studying software development because I love technology, and when I saw that and technology come together, I was very happy because art and technology have always liked me since I was a child. I knew this was my place. I have always been an artist. I already had a graffiti experience in the streets. And in schools, I always drew on walls, tables, notebooks. That is something that I always did for pleasure, and I never realized the potential I had or the artist that I have always inside me. And before doing NFTs, I lived at Paris, studied exercise, and the pandemic arrived and I calmed down a bit. Uh, and when I do NFTs, I
So
am
music
in.
is so music as well.
What? Sorry?
Are you talking about music as well? A beat?
Oh, no, only NFTs.
NFTs. Oh, I'm
Only.
sorry, I must have misunderstood. So in
No,
the
no,
NFT
music
space,
can be NFT. Sorry, sorry.
so NFTs, you've been doing this art pretty much your whole life growing up, and you're mixing the technology now and bringing it into NFTs. What's some of your inspiration? Where are you getting some of these colors? Because it's very original. I enjoy the colors. I enjoy how it looks.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. When I do NFTs, I am inspired by other artists who express their emotions in their works. I'm inspired by the power generated by seeing a work and connecting with the artist. But I add a special touch to my work. Sometimes I add irony and I alter some things in my artworks. I don't like to talk a lot about my art, and I like to keep the rest reserved. Artists that inspired me a lot were Basquiat and Picasso, but having a clear answer about what truly inspires me, I don't have it. I expressed, and it's pleasant and fun. And yes, that's the answer.
It is pleasant and fun, and I see that you're having fun in the space with the colors that you use, very bright colors. And I do see Basquiat in it as well. And I actually own one of the first NFT Basquiats that came out. He was a street artist, and it came very similar. He was on the cover of the Os CD or album, and I see a lot of similarities between your NFTs and his NFTs. But I love the colors, and there's so many directions you can go in there. There's so many different images. There's so many different things to look at. Different eyeballs. There's different feet, creatures, things walking around. Is there part of your culture? I'm not even sure what country are you from. Is there part of your culture that you bring into this?
I am from Mexico City. I don't think about a culture when I do art. I only express. I only follow. I think I follow my heart and I express. I don't think about culture or some. So it's more about expressions of myself, and in some pieces I can add some things different.
I mean, these are absolutely beautiful. So, where would someone go to find this? Right now, I have it. You can go to your link tree. We have your link tree, and there's. Let me pull it over here.
Yes, yes, it can be in my link tree. Yes,
So we
my
got
open
your
sea.
link. So and we have your OpenSea as well. I have that tab right here. So we have your OpenSea right here, and now we have it. I mean, I love the entry price that you can get in on these. It's very good to come in at a good entry price like that, so you can get your art out there and spread around and to people that want to see it. And I think it's very cool that you have this set up. You have your ENS name set up, so you know what's going on in the space here. You got right there, Billie altered.eth, which I love because what's going on in this space. How long have
Yes.
you been how long have you been making NFTs? Is this something that you just started a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago?
Oh, like 4 months ago, no, 5 months ago, and it's crazy because at the second week that I upload my drawings in a room of Clubhouse, I sold like 40 is 1 plus 4, 14 in English, no, 14. I sold
14. Good
14
job. Yes.
14 pieces in less than 30 minutes. I don't make a drop party. The people take me back to the speakers, and that was crazy for me. uh, and that is the beginning, and that's my beginning in the space.
That's awesome. That's great to hear because you are making things that have a lot of color. How long does it take you to make one of these?
It can
The
be it
amount. Go ahead.
Yes. No, it can be too fast, or it can take a time in some parts of the artwork. Uh, mm, it's difficult to say a time, but it it can be fast and it can be slow.
Each one's different depending on what you're working on, depending on
Yes,
what the thought is, depending on what's going around you.
yes,
Well, that's good.
depending on
That's
my
good.
mood. Yes,
And your mood, if you have free time going on.
I draw all the time. I drew all the time. I think all the days. At I make like no, I make a lot of drawings. I think I love in Procreate, but sometimes when I have a special mood, I go to my iPad and I express a lot.
It's a good way. I'm finding that a lot with the artists I come about around. It's a good way that they like to express themselves, and sometimes it's a way of communicating. Is getting onto a canvas, getting onto some street art, getting onto a digital platform to put these pieces together. So I'm seeing more and more of this. So are you continuing to make pieces and continuing to publish them here?
Yes, yes, in OpenSea, I love OpenSea. It's it's a good platform for me. I continue upload things there. I like too much OpenSea, and
It
yes,
makes it very user friendly. You can get your art out there. It makes it the international language, like you're saying now. Someone from Mexico can now broadcast all over. And be seen for your artwork. Your artwork can be out there and be seen, and it's really cool. It's really neat to come across my plate. I'm gonna bring in one other person who's in our green room. Uh, Grifton. Grifton, are you there,
Hey,
man? Hey,
hey,
man,
can you
how
hear
you
me?
been?
It's been good. It's been good. It's been a while since we chatted, man.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? What do you think of Billy's work here? I mean, I'm trying to bring
I
new
love
artists
it.
into the space.
Yeah, I love to see it. I love to see that you're bringing all these new people in that maybe need a little exposure, and I love this art. It's very unique, and I was actually just looking to go pick up a piece right now. I was actually going to grab one of these emotion bombs.
I mean, look
oh
at
wow.
that. We got it right there, and do you want that? I mean, that's part of it, Billy. That's part of it is bridging the gaps, bringing these actions in, showing the stuff out. I mean, a lot of people can't get around. There's not enough time in the day to see all these things. But I mean, these things are really neat. I just love the colors at it, and it's one of those things that you look at it and you just want to keep looking at it and see what else is in there.
No, that's very well said, man. Looking through his stuff, I love the uniqueness to it. I really don't see too many people out there doing this.
And that's what
Oh,
it is. Is that's what drew my eye into it. I wanted to I wanted to bring artists like this into the limelight. Things, there's different things of utility. There's different things in different sides of NFTs, but sometimes there's just some stuff that just looks cool. I mean, that's the bottom line. It just looks cool.
Yeah, sure thing. I don't know if you guys talked about it already, but like, what was your kind of inspiration for your style?
Oh, thank you so much. This means a lot to me. I am reading what I write because my English is not the best yet. I before I used Google Translator all the time to speak in Clubhouse to introduce myself, but today can I speak more?
Oh,
But
no
when I
worries.
do, thank you, thank you. I help with the things that I write. When I do NFTs, I'm inspired by other artists who express their emotions in their works. I am inspired by the power generated by seeing a work and connecting with the artist, I think with the soul of the artist. But I add a special touch to my works. Add, sometimes I add irony and I alter some things in my works. And I don't like to talk about my art, and I like to keep the rest reserved. But artists that inspired me a lot were Basquiat, a lot, Picasso. But having a clear answer about what the truth inspires me, I don't have it. I express, and that's it. It's pleasant and fun for
Yeah.
me. And sometimes it's crazy because sometimes I find patterns in my artworks that I see in pieces of Basquiat that I never see before, and it's crazy because I think that his emotions of he have like a child inside and expressing totally himself. I don't know how to express that, but I it's crazy for me. But yes, in Basquiat and Picasso inspires me a lot in a lot of things.
That's awesome, man. I can definitely see the emotion, and it's great that Nova is able to bring people on to his spaces or his streams to do this, because there is a lacking of that emotion that you bring with your art. A lot of people look at NFTs as being kind of a cash grab or a way for them to make money off their art easily, and they try to go for the easiest one. But I can definitely tell that these are all very different, and especially this emotion bomb. I mean, that thing is just rad.
Totally cool. And you know what I have here? Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up here. I was looking for it. I hope this gives me a little validity in the space, but I mean, bam, right there. I have one of the first Basquiat NFTs ever right there. And if you look at it, if I look at it actually on here, I don't know if this shows the other owners, but it's like me, Justin Aversado owns one, and then there's like two
Wow.
or three other people that own them at all. And we found someone who owns the original art for this Basquiat right here for the offs. This is the offs right here, and they were able to take a fine digital print of this, and there's only I think like 12 of them ever made. I can't remember, man. I
Wow.
meant 25 of them, 25 of them that were ever made, and we minted them. We minted them live on a broadcast that we have. We have it archived, and the Basquiat Foundation came back and it's just like, well, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys can't really do this. It was on OpenSea. OpenSea pulled it off of OpenSea and says you can't do it. And we got it recertified through the Basquiat Foundation on Rarible. And then I believe the owners could not make any more of them. And that was like a one and done type of situation where they're able to let it go and flow with it. But this is where I was attracted to it, Billy. When I saw your stuff, I had no idea the attraction to Basquiat, but I thought of street art, and I thought of like early 70s and 80s street art. And my eye got brought right to the attention of what you're bringing in the space as soon as I clicked on your website or on Twitter here. And I looked at that, and this is like Basquiat with color. That's all I could think of that, and then all of a sudden we have it right here. And that's the cool thing is when I bring artists on like yourself, it's the international language. We can just talk about it. I get to learn about you. I get to what brings it up. And then you bring up Basquiat just like that. And, here's some people in chat. We had people in chat right here giving them some. I love the rad Basquiat vibes right there. All right. I don't even know what he's writing next. Want to become famous by following Prime's viewers. Big followers right there. So, I mean, this is what it is. All right.
So that guy that said that is giving him Basquiat vibes in chat is actually my older brother, and he messaged me once he saw this art, and he was like, "Dude, Basquiat is my favorite artist. This is so awesome to see." So, good on you, man. This is great to bring those vibes into the NFT space.
And we got it. We got it all the way around. We got the vibes. We got the vibes from the original Basquiat right here. Enough of the stuff I have. We got to see the cool stuff he has. I mean, we could drive around right here, and he has it all set up. He's got a whole gallery of this stuff. So, people out there watching at home, right here, I'm just trying to bring new artists into life. We have the ghost right there, the mutant crocodile right there. Billy, where did you come up with these names? Is it just a name that comes? Do you think of the name first? Does the name come afterwards? You don't really think of the name.
In the example of that artwork, it's because it's a day that I feel a lot of irony, a lot of how can I say, a lot of fury.
A lot of feelings.
yes, a lot of feelings, and I and that piece I make that piece in like I think I don't know 20 minutes, 25 minutes, because it's a total express of a special time in my life that I have a story behind. That I don't like to talk about the situations behind my artworks, but yes, it's an important part of my life.
Because
That
Billy, it's like a chapter in your book, and these books sometimes mean a lot. Like this might be anger, and you sat down that particular day, and man, you wanted to express yourself, and
yes,
the
it's
way you
my old
express yourself
style.
is through art.
If you see the aliens, if you see the blue alien, it's in my old style, a old style that with that style I can't express myself too much like this style. This is the reason that why I flow with this style, uh, because I can express myself in a more realistic form.
Yes, I get exactly what you're saying. Hey, bravo with your English. Don't sell your sword on it, man. You're doing excellent. This is
Seriously,
awesome.
yeah,
Sorry for my
yeah.
English. I try my best.
You're great, brother. Don't even
No,
worry.
don't be sorry for anything. So, Griffin, I tried to have Billy on yesterday. He had some complications. I'll tell you in the green room about it. It was funny stuff. He had some complications yesterday, maybe some things that happened in the industry that, set you back a little bit. But, you
Yes.
know, uh, Griffin, I brought Griffin on. Griffin, tell us a little bit about what you got brewing too. I mean, we gotta work you into this. So
Oh, it's
you had some news going on, right?
it's nothing. It's not my project. I'm not even staff for the Wicked Eight Bone Club, but it's just been a really great community to be in so far. So that's why I kind of wanted to come on here and talk to you about it, because I used to be on the Wicked Craniums team, and that's when I first met you and came onto this show. And that was towards the very beginning of the Wicked Craniums project. And I just had my differences there, and I ended up leaving. But this came along in the past week and instantly caught my eye because it's the great, great artistic aesthetic of the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs mixed with the awesome look that the Wicked Craniums have brought. And yeah, like I said, the community is just so fantastic here. The devs seem to really want to do a good job. They want to get this thing verified again. Um, but I just want to come in here and talk to you guys about, what do you think about it? As somebody who's more of an OG, what do you think about these kind of like unofficial collabs? Do you think that this is kind of like a good way to show that other projects should be doing official collabs like this in the future?
Well, here's my thought on it, and this is just my thought. One, this thing has 17,000 followers, so I mean, obviously they're doing something right. Obviously, they're gaining the ear of something along these lines. Another thing is, I'm open for everything because right now we're at a frontier in this space where I want to see these different economies grow out of it. Like you've seen with Bored Ape Yacht Club, and now all of a sudden you're getting these littler, I shouldn't call them littler ecosystems underneath it, but ecosystems underneath it with maybe statistical development, maybe it's product development, maybe it's a spin-off, maybe it's a tribute, maybe it's a collaboration. And all they're doing is bringing more people into the space. Are all of them going to pan out? Probably not. Majority of them aren't. But what they are, they're clubs for people to join, to get familiar with this space, to get familiar with people in the space. So I always take a good look at everything. And if you look at my wallet, I rarely buy anything. I'm more of a collector. So I mean, what I keep in my wallet is selfishly, hopefully gonna, maybe make some more ETH at the end of the day. None of this is financial advice, but I more enjoy the community that's in it. So at the end of the day, whatever it is, I can go back to my Basquiat and I know I got this through some friends and we made a cool video about it. We helped them mint their first thing. We had an awesome story about it. At the end of the day, if this thing becomes worthless, I have something cool I can talk about. And now I can bridge that gap back into the conversations that we're having today and what I've learned from Billie. So with this particular project, I don't know enough about it to say yay, nay, or different, but how you frame that question is perfect. how do I view the overall scope of it? Hell yeah, I'm going to support it until someone says anything negative about it, because all I can do is support things until I learn more about it. So I think it's pretty cool what they have going on. How about you give us some tidbits or highlights that you know about it, because you know more than I. The time I'm clicking on it is right now.
Sure, yeah. So, like I said, I don't know much about what's going on the backside, but the community has just been fantastic. People really love the art. It's a good mix of OGs from the space, of course, ape supporters and cranium supporters, and a lot of the new people that have just been flowing in every day. And as somebody like me who came in early enough where apes were still around like an ETH or so, but late enough to where I didn't really want to invest a full ETH at the time when I was new into NFTs. So I missed on apes, and I love the aesthetic and the traits of apes. So to be able to look at all the most popular and my favorite traits from the apes on another project mixed with another great project out there that I've always loved the art of is really fun. But yeah, I can't really say much other than that the fantastic community there is really trying to do a good job at just making a good space to come and hang out in, which I kind of think is what really was the start of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And I'm not saying that this could be near the value or popularity, but as a way for people to get into the space and gain knowledge of the NFT space, I think that this is a great place to start for them.
Good, and it is, because I'm not an OG. I was not here from the beginning, but I've been here for some time. And if you go into my wallet and you dig down deep, yeah, there are derivatives that I bought underneath my particular CryptoPunk, and I enjoyed those, and I thought they're cool. I mean, I have them all over this time. Some call it tribute. Some of them were given to me. Some of them I bought because I enjoyed it. Some of them I got because I couldn't afford another one. So it was an aspect, like you're saying, you're inviting yourself into a community like these glyph punks. These are awesome. People are like, oh, these are the exact same thing, different images. Yeah, they're different. So now the artist behind this, Glyph Punk NFT, man, Glyph Punk's NFT, he's taking off and he's making these things because people are enjoying them. And you start adding utility between it, adding access to it, adding airdrops to it, then that community grows and grows and grows. And that's all you want it to do is grow. And you're bringing more people on. Not everyone could have gotten a CryptoPunk, but you know what? You could have maybe gotten one of these Glyph Punks instead, started your own community, and start your own network of friends. Very similar to what we're seeing with the Bored Apes Bone Club here. And it's just making that match together, and that's what it is enjoying that space. Speaking of making matches and enjoying the space, I just saw someone pop into the green room. He's always on the show, and he's back at it again. JRRtoken. How have you been?
I've been good.
I have been here with a great artist. We've been diving into some Wicked Apes Bone Club as well.
Yeah, I think they're awesome. Don't have one myself, but I do want one actually.
You have some new
Hop
stuff.
Hop in, man.
But first, I mean, we were walking through this gallery right here. Oh, I gotta get the right buttons going here. Pull this into a bigger screen. And Billie was supposed to come on yesterday's show. I'm glad he got him in today. So we have new artists here. Individual one-of-ones, which I'm just digging it. And we're bringing it back to that Basquiat kind of look, that street artist type of look, which, is just huge in the art world. And then we also got into the Bored Ape Bone Club right here as well. But you have some cool things that you wanted to touch base on. Isn't that correct?
I had I guess a couple
put
things.
You on the spot for it, because one of them is these snarky sharks, right? You want to talk about these snarky sharks at all?
Yeah, sure. So I ended up getting 2 of these snarky sharks after I went to a snarky shark party in Decentraland, and I learned a little bit more about it. Actually, I was doing this crazy fun scavenger hunt with them, which is like really crazy, and it was fun running around trying to find like, where would your shark live? Where would your shark eat in Decentraland? I don't know. I I derail, but very cool NFT that launched, and basically what they're doing is, similar PFP, but all going to ocean conservation, or not all, but a good chunk of it going to ocean conservation. And I was watching the what was it, the whales, or like wicked whales, or what was it? Something else came out recently with whales, and they didn't like look that anatomically correct to me. So, but I was actually really into these sharks. I thought the sharks were pretty cool, so I ended up getting 2 of them. See what happens. They've been doing a lot of fun stuff in, party wise and Decentraland. So I don't know. I'm curious. Just gonna follow along for a bit.
It's kind of
Maybe
just
flip.
it's very similar to what Grifton, he came in and shot me a note while he was watching. It's kind of very similar with the Wicked Apes Bone. Yeah, I mean, you got to find where you want to go, and like JRRtoken, you were able to get into that metaverse, see what was going on, learn about their initiative of helping with maybe oceanography, sea research like that, and it was just awesome to see that we can bring these things to people's light, to the limelight. And speaking of bringing people in, man, we're having a full panel here. Best RX. I don't even know if there's enough room. What button do I got to click here? Best even, man.
Oh man, I'm in the thumbnails down there. I'm think I'm there. I'm in. What's up, y'all?
You're in from the green room. So we've had a little action from Billie. Billie couldn't have made it on yesterday. He's on today. I appreciate it. We also have Griffin, and if you look at his avatar right there, he's sporting right there that nice crown hat. He's got that new what are we at here? I'm trying to pull up the right tab here. The Wicked Ape Bone Club.
Well,
right
there just happens to be a Wicked Ape Bone Club story I have to tell.
I want to hear it. I want to hear this.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm happy, but not all the way. But you know what? Such as crypto, such as NFTs, you can never be completely happy. When you all of a sudden when you've got ETH, it's great, but then you're like, damn, the way it happened sucks. So yeah, well, so this, I've been off of the Novo stream for a little while, coming back on, spent the weekend mostly offline. And just so happens that my Wicked Ape Bone Club, I had left listed for sale. I posted a bunch of mine for sale during the week, and yeah, the floor got swept, including my Wicked Ape Bone Club.
No.
Yep, I was offline for just that long, and here. Swept. That's okay. Again, I got ETH in my pocket, but I'm not happy about which one actually went away. So I'm gonna try to share my screen out here, and yeah, here we go. Okay, so
you ready, Beskar?
I'm ready, and unfortunately, I really liked this one.
Ooh, man, did you mint that one, or did you buy it in the aftermarket?
I bought it aftermarket for 0.149, and was like, well, I'll put it out there, and yeah, I should have pulled that thing down, because boy, did that get swept up, and now it's gone because that's a zombie laser eyes.
It's understandable though, man. With the past couple of weeks and all these new people, it's almost been a given that projects dump after they launch, even if they're a very successful launch. It's kind of weird, but it's the exact thing that happened with this project, and I didn't even know about it until the day that it was launching. But when I saw it, I just knew it was going to be special. I had that feeling that, all the other people like me who had missed out on apes and love apes were going to be able to try to get, their chance at getting something similar, a derivative basically of the apes. So I fought through that FUD, and I definitely swept a lot of the paper hands that sold at like 0.03, 0.04, because I knew it was going to be something pretty special. So I definitely got lucky with that guess.
Well, and this is just you take your eye off the ball, you miss a home run. And I thought that with this move, I'd be able to, buy back in on Wicked A Bone Club if I did move this really cool zombie Laser Eyes. But you snooze, you lose. Laser Eyes aren't for everybody, and now they're not for me. But that's okay because I did reinvest though. So I've
There you go,
reinvested
bro.
that ETH in another project I really believe in, and I'm super excited about. And I know Novo knows something about this one, but here we go. I picked up this gauntlet, and I'm really loving
Ooh,
it.
cool.
Yeah, Superman cape, flame, purple gauntlet with this yellow background. So one Wicked Ape Bone Club out, one gauntlet in.
There you go.
Hey,
Yeah,
we're,
for sure,
we're
man.
all winning. We're all. Hey, you know what? If we're talking about NFTs on a Sunday night, we're all winning.
That's right. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing here with that gauntlet right there. That's pretty cool stuff.
Could you guys maybe tell me a little bit as someone who's newer to the space? And I saw those gauntlets, but I just didn't know much about the artist behind them.
Well, one, I'll have to give full credit to BeskRX. He kind of shot it over to me about 2 hours before they went live to mint. They didn't sell out like right away, but there again, not a lot of people. It wasn't highly advertised. It was more of like word of mouth for at least how I learned about it.
Yeah, I came upon it on Twitter, and I mean, Boss Logic, definitely a name I know out there, just all over the place. And then the fact
with Marvel and Disney,
right now we're talking
toys.
about, see, what I saw in Gauntlets was like established professionals moving into the space, but then carving out their own area for NFTs. And even though it's a 10K project, the art in Gauntlets is pretty fantastic. And as you can see, there's some ones that would be near and dear to my heart. Certainly, if these were minted by me. But the thing too was, I think some people were, what I saw too, were like, Jesus, 0.269 to mint, that boxes out a lot of the low end. But really, what it is say, if you're going to buy in, you better know what you're doing with this project. And we're not gonna have everyone just kind of like go for that low mint cost and try to hit the lottery. No, you should be buying in to get something really good. So I saw that as a real positive, actually, the 0.269 mint cost as a positive. Like, hey, believe in this art. You've got real professionals behind it. And then, Jesus, gauntlets. Come on, gauntlets are awesome.
Tell me they have a Thanos 1 of 1.
Well, so the one of like the most limited are these 4 right here. So you've got this legendary, which Kintsugi, not something I'm familiar with, but I'm familiar that this just looks incredible as a piece of art. And then you've got this, what's the other one? This legendary. I think this might have been a tribute gauntlet for the 888 universe, because it's owned by the 888 vault. So that looks like a tribute piece to me. And some of these other legendary status. OG status. So this is like a subclass too that are all pretty incredible. So there you go. There's a pretty much nothing wrong with that one, right? That's a perfect Thanos right there.
I liked your analogy to, the high price. It definitely does kind of weed out the flippers just before the minting,
Yeah.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah. And, Boss Logic someone who's earned that 0.269 ETH. But,
no, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. So, hey, speaking of which, so Novo, have yours revealed yet?
No, I'm actually looking into it right now. And
all right, if you want to pull something up, I will stop unless because I was excited to see. I was hoping to see what you kind of ended up with. Oh, we got a little metadata action going on here.
That dude's evolving right now.
So hoping That's yeah.
So how do I transfer it over? I looked on the website and I thought there was going to be something on there. I think I still had to wait for
You
my.
don't. I don't think you have to do anything. Did you refresh your metadata, and then that's that? It might just take a second here.
Man, I swear my metadata takes hours after everybody else to load. Like
Right.
every drop I've been in where it like dumps severely after and everybody else is able to dump because their stuff is released and I'm just sitting there waiting.
Well, I bought one of the Wanderers, which were really cool. And
I love those. I got 5. Yeah, they're
You have a
great.
blaster on there? Didn't you have like a weapon on yours?
I
got a
do.
blaster.
Yeah, so I bought 2 Wanderers, and one hadn't yet. They hadn't done the reveal yet, and then I did end up moving that one, but that's okay because I have one that I absolutely love. I grabbed it at a pretty low value or sale, but this one.
Bam!
Oh, did you get your review? Oh, you did get your review. Oh,
That's clean.
Sharp.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
Real
sharp. There might be a diamond hand if I've ever seen one right there, my friends.
Yeah, you got
Much
some
deserved.
power glow action.
Mystical
Blue
fingers.
chrome.
We got the blue background. We got blue. We got the lightning effect. Shock, water. Fingers are black.
That is a fucking hit. Sorry
And a
to crash, but
diamond-
wow.
diamond
That is awesome.
right there.
Ooh, so you got 2 reveals then, don't you?
Woo! I'm happy with that one. That's pretty sharp. I like it. I like it a lot.
Do you guys happen to have any of the NFT digital displays for your house or anything like that?
Oh, it's interesting you say. Interesting you say that because we do actually know one of the best NFT frame artists and artists out there right now that actually did this Mahu punk for myself. And,
Okay.
So wicked.
Our good friend right here, JRRtoken, is kind of like the executive producer for all this jazz.
Yeah, so this artist Benzi that we collaborated with to make this piece, he was like a digital video artist pre NFTs, and it's like putting his stuff into really cool frames and digital frames, and like all these custom kind of gadgets and gizmos with like different modular frames in it and all that to play all these video pieces. But he just minted this piece called the Mahu. And he's doing a deal. If you buy the Mahu and 2 other pieces, you get a free frame. So you get that digital frame, which is, I think it was like 23 inches. It's pretty decent size.
That's great. I'm gonna go look into that for sure. I just
you
have
click
heard
on
that
it
it
right
just
there.
it brings NFTs to another level.
Yeah, you get to display them for everyone.
He also
enjoy
wants to bring some Bored Apes into it as well. So I mean that could be something where we can get the new version of the Bored Apes with yourself with your new one right there with the Wicked Apes Bone Club. You can maybe get something like that going because he has a Chiquita banana custom frame as well that he's going to be starting to produce here in a short while. I mean, I think it's just going to be coming up real quick.
I'd love that, man.
We're gonna refresh the metadata right here on number 2966. It didn't take too long for me that last time, but I tried to get this going when it first happened, when it first sold out. But yeah, I don't know if I got plugged up or maybe it was one of the ones on the prior one. I'm hoping for like a little Wolverine action, a little Punisher action.
Well, those lightsabers. So I was looking at some of those lightsabers. Floor was see now I had it and I lost it. But the lightsabers are obviously in pretty short supply. And if you get a weapon in the hand, okay, that's a real.
That's where it's at.
Yep, that's a real winner. There's 12 red lightsabers so far that have been revealed. There's 6 blue lightsabers and 6 green lightsabers.
Wow.
The other thing to look for too is if you get a, I don't know if they actually call it a Rolex or not, but basically if you get the equivalent of a Rolex,
You get some flex.
a gold watch. So a gold watch is extremely rare, and I think those are, yeah, the floor on a gold watch is right now, which is, come on, OpenSea load for me. They're so high. Yeah, there you go. Those gold watches would do you real nice if you minted one of those.
Well, we'll see what we can do here at the Gold Watchy Watch JRRtoken right there. If we got to catch up with him, Busker, so I don't have you pulled up yet, but we will have. Let's see if this is refreshable yet.
Whoa!
Oh, that's it, dude! You literally got fire and water. How lucky are you? That's awesome.
And the little pistol.
Oh man! All right, I'm already looking up.
I'm happy for you.
That's a bang gun.
You can't pull a weapon on that. I've never seen that.
There's only 111 bang guns.
That's sweet.
Wow, that's sweet.
It's got a half ETH floor already.
Let's go.
Sweet.
Got,
so the properties are venom accessories, the red. I mean the red background, the red base for the gauntlet. The effect is flame. The finger color is black. The finger style is that fist again, and we got the 1%.
What was the Venom? The Venom was what trait?
The what?
Like, what's the Venom was what trait?
The accessory.
See, that's the one that looks like bananas.
Wait, it's Venom, not Venom.
Yeah, Venom. VENOM.
It definitely adds some.
For Gary
so
V.
It is.
For Gary V. There you go.
No, but you know what that is, right? That's the alien symbiote hand. Let's look in. Look, your gauntlet is being taken over by Venom. That is awesome. With the red and the.
You basically got the yin and yang. Like you got the blue with the blue background. And the red with the fire and the gun. Wow, that's great.
Wow.
All right, that means I gotta get a gold watch next, right? Is that how it works?
I mean, it's only right. It's only right that that's gonna be a gold watch. But wow. So a Venom right now with like a weapon. I mean, I guess with a chicken. It's like a half ETH.
Is that
Venom with a chicken? Is a weapon? Oh, here. Here's another Venom with a bang gun that's 0.75. Here's another one with a laser. Okay, so this is your value range in here.
Man, I'm pulling that Venom blaster. I don't know, the Bang Joker gun. I'm pulling that thing into the metaverse. I think that thing would be sweet running around in that thing. Have that in my
You know
avatar.
What? Here's what we should do. Let's get Holiday and Boss Logic.
Oh,
no way!
No, fuck! Excuse my language.
Did you get a gold watch?
Dude, I never did.
This is so G.
Green Lantern ring? I mean, how many things are in
here?
What the
fuck? Did I get the Grail? Did I get the Grail? Did I get the Gauntlet Grail?
Look at it's got a ring. I haven't seen one with the ring.
Yeah! Woo!
Wait, so scroll down. Let's see those traits because there's other.
Oh my word!
Oh my god! All right, so what? Let's get a trait look here. 2967.
Oh my god! Sorry guys, I'm kind of like lightheaded a little bit here. That's.
I was
really joking when I said that too. All right. Dude, I got a green.
It's more rare than a gold watch. Let's go.
Green watch.
This one is banana.
With a cape.
A green watch?
I got a 9 trait. Dudes.
Right next to the 101s, that's got to be like the Grail.
Zombies.
Jesus. This one is so bananas.
Oh, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a flex piece.
What a pull.
Oh, my word.
All right, so there's 560 green. No, I'm sorry. There's 27 green watches, and it is
Whoa.
more rare than a gold watch.
Is there any rarer?
It's more. Yeah, there's 2 more. If you want to pop over to.
Sorry, I'm just staring.
I'm doing a little background research, but
So I got a
watches.
zombie. So it sounds like I got a zombie for a watch, huh?
Well, now I'm trying to find this Green Lantern ring too, which is crazy. Is that a weapon?
That would be
No, it's not a weapon.
an accessory. I have 2 accessories. I have 4 accessories, so it's in the accessory line. It's 4%.
Blinged
Okay,
out.
so Green Lantern rings 408
Super cape.
with a green watch. I don't even see any of those. There's none that have both. Here's one with a gold watch and a Green Lantern ring. Actually, that looks like a steal right there. Holy gosh, somebody should just go buy this right now. A couple of these in here. Oh, see, here's a green watch and a Green Lantern ring. Okay.
Watch it up. Well, that's a cool one.
And yours was 2960, right? Or no,
2967.
Yeah, that is with that Superman cape. What do you got?
Super
Damage
cape.
on the
Super cape is a point.
bloody armor. Super cape. You got everything here. So now, all right, are they on rarity tools yet?
Man, I do have bloody armor.
He's got bloody armor. He's got bloody armor. He's got.
Like no rarity tools just yet. Okay. Wow. Wow. So nice pull, by the way.
Nice 3 polls, bro.
Wow.
Man, the NFT karma gods have looped back around again. You were saying a little bit of yin and yang with the fire and the ice. I was just being.
I think it's well deserved, man. I mean, you're doing a good job with bringing on new artists, and I'm sure you've done that often. So it just comes full circle.
Well, I appreciate that because it does kind of come full circle. Because my me bits, same thing. I got really lucky on the me bits. I got a robot and 2 pigs out of my me bits.
Airdropped.
Yep. So
basically.
Are they not doing too well? I'm not one to really look on that more high end side.
They're doing pretty fantastic.
Me-bits are just fine.
Oh, they're doing good. Okay, good. Because I was about to say they had that $2 million sale like a month ago.
Oh, look at this one. This one's a cool one. That's what happens when I start pulling into these things. Okay, going down the wormhole right here.
Yours looks. I think yours is like actually more rare than that one. I would have to assume.
Yeah, it's a 9 trait. What do you got?
What I'm doing right now is I'm sitting tight till I learn more about this and about these things.
A 9 trait
because until the stat rate comes out right here.
Yeah, hang on to this one for a little bit.
Oh yeah. In fact, this is the time where savvy collectors dig through and see where the values are for people who just up and list them, trying to double up. And they're like, oh, I didn't even do my homework. I was just trying to double up. And meanwhile, I let one of the crazy ones sit there. Now, that happened to me, and I almost snagged the number 1. I'm a degen, almost snagged the number 1 void, but I lost out in gas buying the number 1 rarity that night. So yeah, it happens. Can I
ask your guys' opinion on the voids? Because I'm a big void holder, and they were one of the first projects that I really aped into. I believe in them long term.
We love them.
Hell yeah.
We're big fans. Novo as a tribute. It's amazing. And I've actually been.
I think they're way overlooked.
Oh, massively overlooked. Well, so I recently sold 3, and I wanted to. I wanted, make back some of what I put in,
Sure.
switch around, shuffle around a little bit. So the ones I have left, I'm super happy with. And
Same here,
Beskar
dude.
X is
Yeah.
Beskar is my Twitter PFP still. So probably
Yeah,
be
I
forever.
was a part of the Wicked Craniums, and I ended up leaving them just because I had differences with the team, and that's what I took my funds from Craniums into,
Mm.
and I couldn't be happier. Even if they haven't had, a huge pump, I really think that it's long overdue, and the Voids will get their day.
Yeah, especially when Ja Rule performs in the metaverse as a Void. That's going to be that's what everybody's anticipate holding their breath for.
And that's
Good
it's gonna be
call.
fun. You're seeing that next level of it. Ja Rule up there being a Void, having his tribute Void going nuts up there. That'd be pretty sweet. And that's what was so fun about that, is being able to get in with the developers and that team, and get in there on VR and just be able to mess around and
Yeah.
just flat out have some fun.
I'd say that's the
Yeah,
best part, is roaming around in VR. That's pretty incredible, I gotta say.
sure
As
thing, man.
as your NFT, I mean, I had that big bubble. I had that big bubble on my head. That was fun as heck. Yeah, these are my voids right here. I had the honorary one made for me right here. So then that one, well, I'm hoping to get that one up and running. We have that one. We've used it a couple times.
Yep.
Oh, they made you a VR suit for it too. That's awesome.
And then we had, I was one of the hosts with Beskar with this one right here, which is a fun one.
Did you guys see the collab that Holiday made with the Slam Diego Zoo recently?
Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. Holiday is it's really up there as far as creators. And he's got his
Was he a
collection.
well-known name before he had done Voids?
And I'm trying to remember what the other collection he worked on was, and he's told me, and I can't remember now. But he's worked on other collections too.
Very cool.
Yeah, we were talking about Wicked Apes earlier. There's a comment here, and yeah, we got Wicked Apes owners and someone who sold here, and I mean, I still really like them. I'm always like, I think that sort of tribute like pieces can always sometimes go either north or go south on you, and it's really hard to tell. And I mean, I think this collection was done in like really good faith with the Bored Ape Club, and I think Wicked Craniums were cool looking too. So it's kind of like a mashup. But yeah.
And you should see up here, I mean, the number of owners that they have, the number of items that are for sale. I mean, they're well distributed, and there's going to be gaining in popularity. And the entry price is extremely important, because you're not going to be able to get in on the entry price of a Bored Ape unless you can afford to drop a house on getting one of these apes. But I mean, you can still be part of the community, still be part of the sense, and I same thing. There's cool things. You just look at them. I just love and enjoy looking at them.
See, I wonder if maybe if they will get verified, because they've done over 1,000 ETH transaction. And I know it's not a hard and fast rule, but and I think it's I mean, I think
So from what I know about that is we got verified the night of the drop because we had such a big volume number, and they actually de-verified us within like 4 or 5 hours, within like the early morning hours in the US. And that kind of was controversy, because to see that we got it and then taken away was definitely a cause for FUD. But the devs have been working with OpenSea as much as they can to try to get to a level of where they can be verified. And what they've talked about recently is maybe doing like a slight change to the art, which personally I'm fully against. I bought this art for what it is. I love the unofficial collab look of it. I love the derivative look of it. And I feel like a lot of people that I've talked to in the community for Wicked Apes have felt the same way. So I really hope that they realize that we've already had success without the verification mark, and we don't need it, in my opinion. But you know, it is what it is. It is what
Yeah.
the community eventually decides upon. But yeah, that's where they're at right now with the verification status. And what are your guys' thoughts as more like OGs in the space that have been trading and working with NFTs for a while? What do you think about the verification? Is it needed?
Well, one, I remember Franelation had one project that he bought in on. They were verified, got the verification taken away, and then they got the verification reestablished. So then it was like the same thing, like the roller coaster of it. And he bought it one that wasn't verified. So when he bought in, it was perfect timing for him. But I mean, everything's supposed to be on a decentralized platform, all that. So I mean, you're crossing, restrictions, and I think the best way to do it is to have it self-policed. If people are buying it, then
Yeah, my thought
have
is that they need to expand the verification system. Like, a lot of smaller artists are kind of screwed over by not having verification because they're under 100 ETH. But they really need to have that check mark to be able to show that they are the authentic project, the authentic page for that project. And I feel the same way for this. Like, if they're going to take the verification mark, and it's because they don't want people to think that it's an official collab between the two projects, which I completely understand that logic, they need to just expand it and maybe add like a purple or yellow check mark to at least show people that this is the real official Wicked Ape Bone Club project, so people don't get scammed. I mean, we have tens of thousands of people coming into the NFT space daily now, or weekly, I should say, at least, and they're so susceptible to being scammed. So to help them out with that verification method would be really major in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree with
and
that.
maybe that's the best way of doing it, is doing a step of coloring scale or one or two colors, so then they understand where the artists are at within it. It's the same thing with punks. Like, I mean, it's not saying crypto punks anywhere. People avoid that, but if it does, then I can understand how that could look to something that would, mislead someone to buying something that's not right. But you got to do your homework. You got to do your due diligence. You guys check in on the Discord.
Exactly,
you got to know the buyer. You got to know the seller. It's the same thing as anything in life.
I mean, I think if you're buying an NFT, if you're impulse buying an NFT, no matter what, I don't think you're doing it the right way. Yes, we all want to hurry and like grab deals, but moving too quick. You've got, like you said, you've got to go check the Discord, check the collection,
sure.
see what the recent sales have been. Like, I'll do that before I'll make sure I do that. In fact, even more so, because I'll tell you, with the volume of sales that OpenSea did in the last few days, and the numbers of collections, I mean, that are coming out continuously, there's no doubt they're just massively backlogged. So, there's just so many transactions. So I think right now, if you're like, I want to get in on this massive wave, you're taking a risk, like, and you can mitigate that risk by doing your own research.
That's definitely the trade you make for being early.
Yeah. Why are we looking at CryptoPunk? You buy a CryptoPunk?
I was saying if any sold.
You mad man? You're about to buy a CryptoPunk when they're at this price? How much did you buy your punk for, if you don't mind me asking? How many years ago?
You don't have to mind asking anything because it's all right here on the blockchain, so nothing's
Sure thing.
This is one of the first ones I got, and I got it for about $200 on April 27th.
You mad man? How did you know? How did you know? Who got you into these things, if you don't mind me asking?
I like cool things, and a coworker saw me clicking away at some Bitcoin and Ethereum charts, and that started the conversation. And he goes, "Oh, my friend sold an ape," and I don't know if he wants that account shown, but it'd probably be like it might be I think at one time he had like 5 apes and like 2 zombies, and like he had like a prime
Wow.
account. So it'd be like $100 million account right now for sure.
Wow.
He sold everything. He sold it all.
Wow.
So the ape that sold right before that in April this year, in 2020, he sold it, and it sold for like 36K, which was like the record then. So that kind of started off a couple tweets, and then it started snowballing more people to coming into CryptoPunks. And it was just a whirlwind after that, I guess you'd say.
How'd you end up on yours being your profile picture out of the ones you own?
My son picked it. I had a bunch. Mine's a 5 trait, so I traded double D, double A, double V, double E, some CryptoPunks for 3 5 traits. So like this one was a 5 trait that was in it. There was another tassel hat. This one was a 5 trait. So I got 3 5 traits prior to in CryptoPunks when they have the attribute classes. At the bottom here, they never had this 5 trait. They never had the trait categories at the bottom, the attribute counts. So when we were on Discord and Matt and John were asking what they can add to the website, everyone's just like, add an attribute count so we can see the different attributes. Because we had it on an Excel sheet, all the people in there, we had it on an Excel sheet. So we just passed around the Excel sheet, but we wanted it out there. And they're like, all right, cool, we'll do it. So then that day I went in and I got as many 5 traits as I could. And yeah, I had 3 of them at one point, which I wish people say, oh, you wish you had them now. Like, no, because I sold them and got other things and this is and that. So
Right.
I love to hear those stories of you guys just being able to directly interact with the guys who started Larva Labs and the CryptoPunks. And it's even like this to this day where, you know, we're in such a small space still where we can interact with the creators of everything that we do. And it's just so special in my mind.
another one that we asked and they couldn't do, and they're trying to figure it out, was if you look at straight hair and dark hair, like if you look at the dark hair attribute classes, it's just all the dark hairs. All right. But if you go down to straight hair has dark hair and blonde hair in there. So dark hair and blonde hair and dark hair in there. So they're all mixed in there. So it actually shows up that there's 443 of them rather than 140,
Brown, straight
151
hair.
of them.
Right.
And they can't, I guess, quote unquote, figure out the coding for the words on that, you know, to have it broken into a different attribute class.
Interesting.
And the same thing is for like, I think like caps as well. Like one of the caps ones is like the same one where it has like all the caps in it. Here, caps. So there's no like purple cap. So cap will have all the caps, the police caps, the knitted caps. So
Interesting. Yeah, it's nothing I've never noticed.
So what would happen here is if they actually were able to separate it out, caps, the purple caps right here, the cheapest one is at just about 65 ETH, you know?
Is that Danny Ukes right there?
So if
Pretty sure that's his punk. Dude definitely owns a mutton chop purple hat.
so I mean that's what it come down to. So if they're ever able to separate these out, the purple hats with right there, the floor on that would look a lot different, you know, than what it looks like right now.
And that's interesting because it's definitely, you know, accessible through Rarity Tools, but
Yep.
you know, people obviously use the Larva Labs website, so
Just to separate it. So those are kind of like tricks of the trade that some people look into, you know, with it. But there's one more I wanted to bring up, and I wanted to talk about it with JRRtoken, was the record shop here. Token, you want to chat about the record shop, because that was something that, well, one thing we were talking about before was with Grifton, what we were talking about before with the digital frames, is that song you heard was actually a Dream Loop song. So we actually used the NFT itself for its purpose. So this is another one of those.
No, this one isn't like that actually. I don't think you
Good.
can
I'm
use
glad you're
this.
correcting me. I'm learning.
I don't think you can use the music like that. It doesn't give you like those derivative powers. I don't, maybe not yet. But what it is
Is it
and
purchasing power then? You buy the electronic music or what?
it's actually it's so I'm a huge electronic music fan. I've always been, and this is actually created by Obi Fernandez, who's like really awesome. He's been like a trance DJ, but also always like on the forefront of like some really cool startup technologies. And like this, I think is just really genius. So he's basically it's Dapper Labs has invested in this. It's on Flow, and it's basically like Top Shot, but for techno music. And you get these collections that you're trying to complete. And they just had their first Genesis drop last week. There's supposedly going to be another drop scheduled for this Monday. Um, and they're just getting started. So I just wanted to like kind of bring it to your attention. I'm very interested in it because I love electronic music, and I love electronic music way more than I love basketball. And so
So
for
are
me,
they
this is
trying to? I'm just trying to understand a little bit and just picking up on Cliff Notes. So you like get these mini packs, and inside of them are parts of a song, and you're trying to like piece them together to.
some are songs, some are like video assets from the card. So like basically each collection has like a whole bunch of different stuff. It'll like tell you about the
Cool.
DJ, it'll give you some artwork, it'll give you some maybe like access. They're very early in what they're going to be doing with this stuff, but there definitely will be a connection point to, when we get back to it, like real world events and being able to, be auto guest listed for that DJ, or definitely some musical events, festival stuff connected to this. And they have some pretty major musicians that are getting involved in. And what I love about it is that I was listening in on the Discord the other day, and there's music. This is a way for artists to sell their music again. Just another revenue generator. But if it's locked up on, the off-chain stuff like Spotify, you're not going to be able to do much. And so a lot of artists are actually taking their music off of Beatport, which is like one of a major DJ online site for people who want to like, who kind of like became the vinyl record um, store if you wanted to play music, because you can't just like play Spotify in a club. You have to like play a record. So Beatport was that solution, and so many DJs have and producers have tracks that are just sitting there not doing anything for years, and so they're able to like now bring them back into this. Right now, that's a very curated list of DJs and producers that they're bringing in to start with, but it's certainly on the very early stages of their evolutionary roadmap. But I know you kind of, when we all started, was the NBA Top Shot was hot thing that we talked about, and this is just another Flow blockchain innovative new company. So I'm very interested in it. I'm gonna just kind of check some stuff out. I bought a bunch of packs, but I haven't opened them yet because I'm like, what do I want to do yet? I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna, stay tuned on
So
this.
can you currently get experiences in the packs, or right now is it pretty much just the
Pretty much
I
content
don't
for
know,
right
I guess
now.
say lower tier experience, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, mostly content right now. But then again, as the world opens back up, hopefully sooner than later, you'll be able to start using these, these NFTs as ways to access events and experiences in the real world.
I
That's
love to
pretty
hear
cool.
that as an electronic music fan. Sorry to interrupt there, Novo, but from that little like commercial or whatever right there, kind of looked like they were trying to do even like just scenes from being within the crowd or something, which as somebody who loves that scene and being at a concert and that energy, being able to collect something like that, like if I were to go to a concert and be able to collect a piece of that concert and just have a view from one of those guys, you know taking a video within the crowd, I'd love that. I mean, I'd be able to. It's just like going to, like you said, with basketball. I like electronic music more than basketball. So if I could collect a moment, just like at a basketball game with Top Shot for one of my favorite concerts, that'd be next level. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have to pay attention to taking a video on my phone. I'll just grab the NFT for it.
Yeah, that too. And it's definitely like, I think I'm so interested to see what's going to happen with music and NFTs. I think it's going to be like just as revolutionary as Napster, LimeWire were to MP3s. It's kind of, again, it was very disruptive to CDs in the record industry, vinyl records, and then it just became, then Spotify came in after Napster to say, hey, stop pirating everything. And now, musicians don't feel like they get their fair share on Spotify streams. I think it's like 0.003 cents or something like that for like per 1,000 streams, which is not very sustainable for if you're not like Taylor Swift.
Sure thing.
So this is, I'm really interested to see what like music NFTs can do to give more revenue and a fair share back to the actual creators, and even divvying
Hell
it
yeah.
up between like producers, DJs, like the singer, the guitarist, like really
Yeah.
being able to do music production smart contracts where everyone just gets their percentage automatically based on people who, bought it. Actually, there was a rapper this week who just sold 1
Right.
million NFTs. I didn't catch who it was, but I just saw it in my
Spotty.
feed. Was it Spotty?
I think it was Spotty. I mean, he at least did over like 150 ETH in the first 2 days.
It was like 1 million. It was like $1 per.
That's a different thing. This is
a different thing.
Oh, that was Trey Songz or something. It's like a very famous rapper for sure.
Yes, it was like a mainstream rapper, and he sold like it was like $1 an album or something, or $1 a song or something, and he sold 1 million of them, sold out. So he made $1 million.
Genius.
But yeah, it's direct
and
it's great.
And now he probably didn't have to give 1 cent of that to anyone else besides the people who worked on it.
And they'll all be able to make more money off of that as well. So everyone wins.
All right, boys.
I think we're
gonna wrap it up a little bit. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Thank you for having me. I didn't expect to be able to pull on to this night's stream. I always love tuning into your shows. I love the knowledge that I can soak up from you OGs, and just keep it rolling. I love to see the passion that you have, and we really need educators like you in this space right now when it's just growing daily. So keep it up, bro.
Well, I'm not educating anyone. I just sit here and listen to my friends like Beskar, like JRRtoken, like yourself, because I can't keep up with all these projects. Like the record shop there itself. I thought it was, you're owning the rights to the song, but no, it's even more to that. You can't. Maybe down the road you can, but it's the accessibility. But it's just a new way of equalizing the rights back to that artist, so they can be seen in the light that we want to see them. Very similar to what we saw with Billie, bringing his stuff all the way down from Mexico City, and bringing them the international language of what we're trying to accomplish here is get that everyone heard, everyone seen. And then if the people want to buy their stuff, people can buy their stuff. It's up to that particular artist or buyer. If you want to see some cool things, you got Benzie. All right. Benzie Studios with those digital frames. You can actually collect NFTs with it. And those NFTs can actually just get put right on your wall with his sweet digital frames. And there's other ones he has there. I mean, not only that, but I mean, he changes punch clocks into these things. He puts, he turns these clocks into these digital frames as well.
Yeah, 100-year-old clocks that are being like updated.
Yeah, I mean,
NFTs.
Old school cuckoo clocks are going to be updated into these digital frames. We're going to get Beskar X involved in this to try to get some of these Bored Apes, to get some of these Bored Ape filters on there as well. But we can always branch out to any type of filters. Maybe we can get some wicked.
There is a guy in our community already making some. Actually, I have him on my Snapchat. I have to figure out how he can translate them to being able to be used on like a stream or something. But I'm sure the dude has the ability. But I've been having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, filters are great. I mean, I feel like it's going to be even more prominent that they ride along with the NFT now, right? Like it just like Voids are doing. In Voids, They have their own. They released their own guide to turn your void into a snap lens. And hey, join the Novoverse. I know you got that. You got up right now. That's what we're doing. We got filters. Make a filter out of your NFT.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Join
go
the
look at your website.
Novoverse. We're doing 2D. We're doing 3D. We're doing punks, apes, custom, and so many more already coming in the pipeline. So hit up cryptonovo.io and grab your Novoverse filter.
No, that's
Yeah,
great to see. You know, when I had met Novo a couple months ago, he told me about this a little bit, but now that you guys are really doing this for the scene, I love to see it.
Well, all I'm doing is following great leads like JRRtoken and Beskar X. So, boys, I appreciate it. I just want to get cool things out to cool people, and I hang out with some of the coolest people in the space. Thank everyone for watching. Thank you guys for joining, like always. And this is Crypto Novo saying stay positive and love life.
Life.
Peace.